Welcome to the Board Business Channel.
Here we go.
Okay, we are diving into a story today that is it's just so perfectly modern tech strategy, it almost feels fake.
Right.
We're talking about a company that built its entire business on two things. Ready for this?
I'm ready.
Medical-grade, non-invasive AI monitoring technology and gourmet cat food.
I know. When I first saw this, I had to, read the file name twice. It's Core-Spirit.
Core-Spirit, yeah.
They're the parent company.
Yeah.
And they have these two brands that seem like they're from different planets. You've got Hojja, which is the super premium cat food.
Right.
And then you have Hello Pet, which is their tech and functional food platform.
It's the ultimate business idea where the two circles of the Venn diagram are in different zip codes. Who looks at a can of cat food and thinks, you know what this needs? Fiber optic sensors.
Founder James, that's who.
Apparently. But his whole mission, what they call fine dining for pets, it's backed by tech you'd expect to see in a hospital.
It's completely genius. But okay, before we get to the AI, which is it's wild, we have to talk about the food.
Yes.
Because Hojja isn't just nice cat food.
Yeah.
It is, and I love this phrase, aggressively premium.
Aggressively premium. I love it. Let's start there. The name, Hojja.
It's so charming. It comes from the Taiwanese phrase Hojja,
which means
delicious. And they built the whole brand around that idea, the warmth of a family meal. Like your pet is right there at the dinner table with you.
And this fine dining for cats thing isn't just a slogan. They are going after the pickiest eaters on the planet.
Totally.
Yeah.
And the way they do it, the centerpiece of their whole quality argument, it isn't even the meat. It's the vegetables.
Wait. Let's talk about the kale.
Yes, the kale. And they source it from these advanced tech farms in Taiwan.
Okay, hold on. We can't just gloss over tech farm. I'm picturing a robot on a tractor. What is that?
No, not even close. Think precision agriculture. These are indoor vertical farms or hydroponic systems.
Yeah.
Super controlled environments.
So they're controlling the light, the water, the nutrients.
Everything. To grow these, nutritionally perfect plants with zero contamination.
So this is literally medical-grade kale. For cats, my own salad suddenly feels very inadequate.
It probably is. And they picked this specific kale because it's low-carb, high-fiber, and get this, it has 4.5 times the lutein of other vegetables.
Lutein, okay, that's for eye health, right?
Right, it's a great antioxidant. But the key is how they process it. They use this special low-temperature fresh extraction to turn it into a powder that a cat can actually digest. It's a superfood engineered for them.
The detail there is just incredible. But what about the number one thing for cat health? Hydration. Dry food is the enemy.
Exactly. Cats just don't have a strong thirst drive. So Hojja is all high-moisture canned food, rich chicken broth base. They say it's 98% pure meat, less than 10% carbs, and absolutely no chemical additives, no preservatives, no weird gums.
And it's all made in ISO-certified facilities.
Which is the gold standard. You don't usually see that for a niche pet food brand.
But the marketing part that kills me, it's not just the nutrition, it's the whole experience. The packaging is this elegant black and gold, tiny designer tableware.
Yes.
But it's the sound.
I know. I loved that detail. They use these special cans. They're actually Taiwanese exports to Japan, and they literally tuned the metal so when you pull the tab, you get this really clean, crisp pop.
No way.
It's a signature sound.
Yeah.
And the cats know it.
That's like the ice cream truck jingle, but for a gourmet cat, you're using sonic branding on a feline. That's next level.
Apparently, their internal Meow review committees, yes, that's a real thing, they recognize the can opening and the smell of the chicken broth immediately.
So the cat is demanding the meal before the owners even grabbed a fork. Amazing.
It's brilliant.
But that leads us to their second brand, right? Hojja is the everyday fine dining. What's Hello Pet?
So Hello Pet is where the science really starts to kick in. If Hojja is the gourmet meal, Hello Pet is the functional support. It's all about probiotics and the microbiome for specific health issues.
So not just generic good-for-you stuff, they're using patented compounds.
Precisely. They have a recipe with something called LDL557, which is a specific probiotic strain for joint protection.
Okay.
And another one with TWK10, which is for muscle strength and stamina.
Wait, hold on. We're giving cats a probiotic for athletic performance. For stamina.
I know it sounds kind of funny, but think about older pets. Retaining muscle mass is a huge deal for their quality of life. They're using biotech to offer customized health through diet.
Okay, so they've got the food side lockdown, Premium ingredients, quality control, they've cornered the market on kale and can acoustics. But you're right, if this was just about fancy cat food, we wouldn't be doing a whole show on it.
Exactly.
This is where the business model just explodes. This is the pivot from premium food to an AI medical platform.
This is the real game changer. Core-Spirit's actual business model is nutrition plus AI. They're not just selling food and selling tech separately. It's an integrated AI pet health tech platform.
Because they knew the biggest anxiety for a pet owner isn't, is my cat's food delicious? It's, is my cat okay?
Right. And their partnership with Hojja Health on the tech solved the biggest problem with pet tech.
Oh, wearables. I've tried the smart collars on my dog. They're a nightmare. They're bulky. The battery dies.
And a cat is never going to tolerate a tiny little smartwatch.
Okay.
So the genius here is that this system is 100% non-invasive. The tech is called NFOPT.
NFOPT.
Non-invasive fiber optic physiological monitoring technology.
Okay, break that down for me. How does it work? Is the mat shooting like tiny lasers at my cat?
No lasers, thank God.
Yeah.
The tech is literally woven into a smart mat or a pad. You can put a towel over it, it still works. The fiber optics inside are so sensitive they detect the microscopic vibrations from the animal's body.
You're kidding.
Their heart beating, their lungs expanding.
Wait. So the smarts are in the bedding, and it can track their internal functions just from the tiny pressure changes.
That's it. It gives you continuous real-time medical data, heart rate, respiration, and it even analyzes movement. Like, is the pet grooming? Is it sleeping peacefully? Or is it in some kind of abnormal state like distress?
That is huge. Cats especially are masters at hiding pain. They'll act fine until they're critically ill.
Exactly. This AI can catch the tiny changes in their breathing or their heart rhythm that no human would ever notice.
And it learns what's normal for your specific pet.
That's the smart part. It learns the baseline. So if your cat's breathing rate is, say, 10% lower than normal for 3 nights in a row, the system flags it and sends an early detection warning. It's medical-grade predictive health.
Which brings us to their global strategy. This is why they're so perfectly set up to expand. They're taking this really high-trust Taiwanese tech and aiming it straight at the U.S. market.
And they are not messing around. They set up the Taiwan AI Pet and Smart Health Showcase Center in Arizona in 2025.
Yeah.
They're putting themselves right alongside serious medical AI companies.
That is a very aggressive move. And speaking of that Arizona move, this whole deep dive about Core-Spirit and Hojja, it was actually recommended to us by our friend Steve, the executive director of the Arizona Taiwan office. So thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve. Clearly that showcase is working. And look at their goal. They want to partner with over 300 veterinary clinics in the U.S. They're getting FDA compliance, setting up logistics.
But what's the moat here? What stops a big American company from just making their own smart mat?
It's the integration. That's the key. They connect the diagnostic data from the mat.
The breathing, the heart rate.
Right. And they connect it to their functional nutrition, the LDL-557, the TWK10. So they can go to a vet and say, hey, the AI data shows your patient's mobility is decreasing. We recommend our joint support recipe. It's a complete integrated solution.
They're turning made in Taiwan from just a manufacturing tag into this global symbol of trust and quality in preventative pet care.
That's it.
Okay, so we have the amazing food, we have this mind-blowing tech, but none of it works without the person driving it. We have to talk about James, the founder. His story is basically the definition of a slasher career.
He is the ultimate anti-comfort zone leader. I mean, he started his career in 5-star hotel management.
Which sounds like a dream job, stable, successful. Why would you ever leave that?
He said he felt limited. He saw this huge gap between what they charged for a room and what the staff was paid. And he just felt like he'd learned everything he could. He has this philosophy. If I feel I've learned everything, I move on.
That is a terrifying way to live your life. But so smart, he's intentionally seeking out fields he knows nothing about.
Exactly. So he goes from hotels to the superstructured world of insurance and finance. Then he jumps again, moves to Hong Kong for corporate offshore training. And think about what that job gave him.
That's where he got his business X-ray vision, right? He wasn't just in one industry. He was consulting for companies across every possible sector.
Manufacturing, logistics, finance, you name it. He just absorbed it all. And look at him now. He's the founder of Core-Spirit, this food and AI company, and he's the chairman of the Taiwan International Blockchain Strategy Association.
Of course he is. A pet health platform and a blockchain association. The man doesn't just want to spot trends. He wants to be at the center of where technology and finance are going.
And that foresight is what led him to the pet market in the first place.
But why pet food? It seems so random after finance and blockchain.
It was pure demographics. He wasn't looking at today's market. He was looking at the future. He saw that Taiwan was becoming a super-aged society. Birth rates were low.
More and more single people or couples without kids.
Right. And what fills that space? Pets,
Mhm.
especially cats. They become family. He knew the market was going to explode.
That's the perfect blue ocean strategy. You find an inevitable cultural shift, and then you build a premium product to meet that future demand.
And he found the market gap. The premium cat food in Taiwan was all expensive foreign imports. He saw a chance to use Taiwan's own high-tech agriculture like that tech farm kale and their amazing manufacturing standards to create a high-trust local brand.
It's so elegant what they've built. They're selling this really emotional sensory product that lets you spoil your pet.
Right.
But underneath it all, they're providing this cold, hard, medical-grade data that gives an owner what they really, really want, peace of mind.
It's the perfect marriage of emotion and innovation. They're not selling food or tech. They're selling an integrated health system for a family member.
And just think about that for a second. If you can track a cat's vital signs just by having it sleep on a smart towel, imagine what that kind of non-invasive AI monitoring could do for, say, long-term human care, for monitoring the elderly. The potential there is just astounding.
It really is the whole new frontier.
The Board Business Channel. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications.